Hi, my name is Penny. I have Virgo Rising, Sun in Leo, and Moon in Capricorn. I'm making this video in response to Alicia Sharp's astrology tag. One big overall thing about this combination is you have an increased need to feel proud of the things you do. You need to have goals that you want to achieve and things that you're proud of. You have a constant need to feel productive. You might even have some trouble relaxing, but for the most part, you're happiest when you're not relaxing. You're happiest when you're doing some kind of work or something productive. If you're a Leo with a Virgo rising, then it's most likely that your sun is in your 12th house. This is believed to mean that you might have abused power in a past life, and maybe you're being punished for it in this life. Also, on top of having a moon in Capricorn, that could also resemble someone who abused power in a past life. Now, on top of this, if your sun is in your 12th house, that means you will change a lot throughout your life. So it's pretty hard for me to make this video because you could be a completely different person depending on what phase you are in your life. And I've changed a lot through my life. I've been really outgoing, I've been really shy, I've been really depressed, I've been really happy. It's always changing, and especially having your moon in Capricorn, it'll make you constantly analyze yourself and want to improve yourself. An example of a Leo with Virgo rising would be Madonna. And what I find amusing, and you might too, hopefully, if you're like me, then is her video for the song Like a Virgin. I think it's an astrological pun because, it's like a virgin, like a Virgo, and then there are like lions in the video. So it's kind of amusing, and I like listening to Madonna like pretty much for that reason, because I feel like she's sort of like me and she kind of like understands what it's like to be a Leo with a Virgo ascendant. Um, One big thing that is amplified about like the combination of Virgo and Leo is you could be very overcritical of other people and result very overcritical of yourself as well. A Virgo rising creates a very thick filter, especially for a sign like Leo. You really have to analyze things before you talk, and a lot of times it makes you very timid and shy, and you just think too much overall. I think that people with Virgo rising are afraid of sounding stupid most of the time, and they really want to think before they say things for that reason. On top of that, I think this is true for all fire signs. They really don't like being wrong because it's so embarrassing for them if they're wrong. My personal interpretation of Virgo, the sign as a whole, is sexual independence. I think the symbol is supposed to be someone who is sexually independent. I'm not saying the sign is all about sex. I'm saying it's just that type of person that will be independent and not owned by others and stuff like that. So sexually, Virgo risings can be anything they want. Like if they don't want to have sex with anyone, they won't have sex with anyone. If they only want to have sex with girls, or they only want to have sex with guys, or maybe they want to have sex with both, they'll have sex with both. If they want to have sex with everybody, they'll have sex with everybody. If they want to only have sex with one person, but like 5 times a day, then they'll have sex with one person 5 times a day. Virgo ascendant can get pleasure from catering and taking care of other people. And when you're a Leo with that thick Virgo filter, it's very hard for that typical Leo to shine through. You might want to like really have a lot of friends. You might need people, but I think it comes off as you don't really need people because you're capable of living without them. You're capable of being so strong and confident on your own. And a lot of times, you could be a little bit too critical of other people, like, oh, I don't want to be someone's friend for this reason. It might be kind of hard for people to become friends with you, or sexual partners as well. A lot of times people think that, I know at least Leo women with Virgo rising, people think they're promiscuous, and well, I don't know if it's so much that they think they're promiscuous or if they're just like very desired sexual partners. And funny thing about that is I have people on the internet commenting and they're like, oh, you're so ugly, your eyebrows are weird, your nose is big, uh, but in real life, like, unfortunately, I'm always having guys hit on me, and I have such a hard time making friends, but I have all these people who want to be more than my friend. Now, Virgo Ascendant and Moon in Capricorn will definitely make you someone who is not the stereotypical Leo. We are the more shy Leos. Like, I'm really trying to sound confident in this video because I'm not. And sometimes that Leo does manage to break through, especially, if I'm in a place where I feel comfortable around people I know. You really just need friends to secure you. The thing about Leo is that it emphasizes the ego. The ego is very, very important to Leo, and they really need other people's love and nourishment in order to make them be confident and happy. Leo is such an optimistic sign, and they generally have this idea that the world is a wonderful, beautiful place, and they're oftentimes let down by that. Especially at an early age, you might have had some things you had to deal with. For me, especially being a Leo with Virgo Rising, in elementary school, all my friends like stopped talking to me because I was a bitch. Um, yeah, and I had to deal with that, and still ever since that, I never really recovered from that. My ego never recovered from that, and I'm not able to make friends because that's just the way I ended up being. I don't mean that I ended up being a bitch. I mean that I ended up, thinking bad things about myself and having a damaged ego and being afraid to be myself. But at the same time, I always have people telling me like how awesome they think I am for not caring what other people think. And that's obviously not something that gets me friends. And I do care what other people think about me. It's just the way I come off. What I don't care about though is when someone insults me. If someone I don't know insults me, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. And I could say much worse things to them because I can, I have that Virgo rising and I can analyze the shit out of them and be super critical. And I have that pompous Leo ego, So yeah, but most of the time I'm just too nice to do that because I know I'm capable of being a bitch. I don't have to prove that to anyone. But yeah. Moon in Capricorn gives you a strong sense of determination. Like you always want to keep climbing up hills and have some goal to achieve. And especially as a Leo, you want to reach the top of that hill and then have something to be proud of. But then after that, you're going to need another goal. Having your moon in Capricorn, you can get really, really discouraged, and sometimes failure can make you delve into a pool of depression and laziness. It's very easy to end up doing that, but like I said, in order to make yourself happy, you need to be working hard and accomplishing things that are important to you. People with their moons in Capricorn have a lot of potential to succeed in life because of their strong determination. 6 of the earlier presidents of the United States all had their moons in Capricorn, but none in the 20th or 21st century have had their moons in Capricorn, probably because people with their moons in Capricorn aren't as good as public speaking. They're kind of the scapegoats of astrology, so they'll end up feeling very guilty for things that are their fault. Maybe because maybe they did abuse power in a past life and they still have retained some guilt from that somehow. But either way, they're the scapegoats, and they'll end up, wanting to fix all these problems that they feel like are their fault, but really had nothing to do with them in the first place. So that's something that might, draw them to politics. Some more modern politicians with their moons in Capricorn are Al Gore. He's an Aries, but he does have a Leo rising. And Arnold Schwarzenegger is a Cancer rising, but he has his sun in Leo and his moon in Capricorn. So I think they should cast me in the next Terminator movie. I see your moon not only as your soul, but it's kind of like everyone's crazy side because it represents what they truly want deep down. But sometimes that side of them doesn't come out until difficult times or until they're older. Yeah. As a joke, I like to tell people that my soul is a goat forever climbing up a hill and eating little blades of grass along the way. I think people with their moon in Capricorn also have that same dry humor that people with their sun in Capricorn usually have. And a lot of times people can't tell whether or not I'm joking. The only two people I could find, aside from myself, who have this exact combination of sun, rising, and moon are Gene Kelly, an American dancer from like forever ago. Um, yeah, and Hubert, oh my gosh, I can't read my own handwriting. Vidrine, he's a French politician, a socialist. Um, a lot of times people with their moons in Capricorn are uncomfortable showing their feelings. If you have a Virgo Ascendant, a Sun in Leo, and a Moon in Capricorn, you are meant to be free, you are meant to be powerful, and you are meant to succeed. So don't let yourself delve into that pool of laziness and self-pity. Also, please leave a comment because I'd be so excited to meet you. Yeah, and thank you to Alyssa Sharp for creating this little astrology tag trend. Because I was really hoping that people would just end up doing this. And of course, I'm not someone who can be like, hey guys, I'm awesome. Like, go do this because I told you to. Yeah, and make sure you subscribe to her channel if you haven't already, because if you're on my channel, you're probably lost and terribly bored.